Jai Hanuman. So now we will start Ramayana. So where did we stop?
Ramji have killed all the 40,000 soldiers, ma'am. And
left
that
one.
message will be going to the Ravana, ma'am. Because one of the
The
soldiers...
messenger will be in disguise.
Yes. So after a lot of destruction, Akampana, the messenger of Ravana, he ran towards Ravana. He went to his court and he was narrating the story. He said that Khara and his 14,000 soldiers, everybody were killed in Janasthana. After listening to this, Ravana was very shocked and wave upon wave anger shook him. So he asked, who is that? Who is the reason for this destruction? And do you think that he can survive in these three worlds from me? No. And maybe whoever harms my people or me, they cannot escape from death, whether it is Kubera, Vishnu, Yama, or anybody, Indra. See that much of confidence he was like that. So it shows his arrogance. So he said that, and then he was telling about himself, Ravana. Now this is Ravana's introduction, right? We are listening to him for the first time. He was saying, I can kill death, I can burn the sun, and I can stop speeding up the winds. Who is that? Who is the reason for this? He asked Akampana. Then Akampana continued. He said, there is a king called Dasharatha. His son is Rama, and he was very tall. See, in this episode, completely we will be listening to the good qualities of Rama from Asuras. Okay, so Akampana, he is telling like this. He is sleek, his limbs are like of a lion, and he is tall, he is handsome, and his archery skills are legendary. This man, Rama killed, he is the reason for the destruction, he said. But Ravana was skeptical, he was doubtful. Ravana was skeptical about Rama's might, and he asked, Rama came along with Indra and his army of Devatas? He asked. Kampana again continued. He saying, Rama's radiance is peerlessness. You can't compare. And his divine weapons, oh my God, they are very powerful. And his war skills are like of Indra. And he has a brother also. He did not forget Lakshmana. His brother was very strong, and he is also having the equal might like Rama, and his voice is resonant. His voice resonates the complete forest. It is like resonating like a gong, he compared. It is an instrument which resonates more. And he was also handsome, and his face resembles lustrous moon, he said. And now he is continuing. Nobody assisted Rama. Only his golden tipped arrows were the reason for the destruction of the army. And while they were running for their lives, all are demons. They were fear stricken. They were when they were trying to save their lives, they saw everything and everywhere. They saw Rama in everything and everywhere. So this is what in detail Akampana was explaining to Ravana. So he was telling while they were dying also, they were scared of Rama. Then Ravana could not stop himself. He immediately wanted to start to Janasthana and kill Rama and Lakshmana. Then Akampana said, wait. I have to continue more. So then again he continued his narration. Do you think that Rama is weak? He can stop, he can hold all the raging rivers with his arrows, and he can scoop up the earth with ease with his arrows, and by his fury he can throw all the planets, stars, everything, and he can also break the bounds of seas to drown them to the world. So don't think that Rama is a weak person, and with his power he is very very powerful, and he can create and destroy the worlds. So that was the power of Rama. So Akampana completed, and then he said he gave another idea, but there is a way to eliminate this Rama. Then Ravana was very very curious. What is that, he asked. He said, there is a lady, there is a princess by name Sita, and she is very very beautiful with all the graceful limbs, and she is the jewel among women, and nobody can match her beauty. Even Gandharvas, Apsaras, nobody, Devtas, nobody can match up to her beauty. And so great is Rama's love towards her. So separation from her is death to him. So let's start in let's deal in that way. You can abduct Sita, kidnap Sita, so that Rama will suffer, and it is almost death to him. Then Ravana was very very delightful by these words. Immediately the next day he rode in his chariot, which was drawn by 4 donkeys, and the chariot was so dazzling, it was lighting up all the 4 directions. He started in his chariot. It can fly in the air also at that time only. So it stopped at one hermitage. What is that? Whose hermitage it was? Again one Asura's hermitage. Yes, Maricha's ashrama. Maricha welcomed him with great affection, and then he asked Ravana, is all well with the Rakshasa world? Your presence here makes me anxious. Tell me why you have come here. Then Ravana said, you know, Rama effortlessly wiped off all the army in Janasthana, so I want to abduct Sita. Straight to the point. Then Maricha was shocked. What is this? You know, Maricha in Balkanda, before Rama married Sita, when he was a young boy only, Rama hit Maricha with Manavastra, so that's why he is very much scared of Rama from then. Now Maricha was shocked. He wants, like, now you have to stop this mission. Ravana, you are not understanding. Whoever advised you is your enemy. It is not your friend who advised you this to abduct Sita. He is a friend in disguise. He is an enemy in disguise. Like, he is pretending friendship with you. He is just asking you to do what is unpardonable, unacceptable, and he is making you hasten to your destruction and along the complete Rakshasa's destruction. So now you understand. Rama is born in the noble Ikshvaku race and is endowed with the strength of an elephant. Nobody and no one can match to Rama's power. This is also, Maricha is also Rakshasa, right? Again, he is also praising Rama's valor, Rama's power. So now, and he also said, if you make him furious, it is like you are inviting your own death. That will result to there only, because I have seen with my eyes, right? Maricha saw it. Tataka was Rama killed there itself, right, before Maricha. So he knew Maricha, and Subahu was also killed by Rama. Then he also gave one more very good advice is, leave your anger, be wise, shed your anger, be wise, and go to Lanka. Why you have to go to Lanka? To be happy with your wives, because Ravana had many wives. Be happy with your wives and rule Lanka there. And Rama will be happy with Sita in the forest if you do this. So this is what. So then, can you guess what Ravana did? Ravana heeded his advice. He went to Lanka. He returned Lanka without saying anything. So let's see what will happen. Now, as of now, I can say Ravana is a good person, good boy, right? He listened to the advice, which is good for him, good for all Rakshasas. He returned to Lanka. So on this positive note, we will end the class. But morals,
Listen to a good
Don't be
advice.
arrogant.
don't be arrogant.
Or people's advice. It's about your power.
And see, why Ravana should listen to Maricha, because Maricha is experienced and he saw Ravana's might with his own eyes. And what did Akampana
You
do?
need to be wise.
Yeah, be wise and shed your anger. Because we know what are the consequences of anger. Just now we read in Bhagavad Gita. Right? And Akampana was saying, when you can't attack Rama directly, you go and abduct Sita. Is it a good advice? Do you think?
Very bad.
Very, very bad advice. And it is like,
From feedback.
yeah, many times some advisors seem to be that they are caring for you. Is it Akampana is caring for Ravana?
No.
And also if you
When he
talk
he witnessed Rama's valor with his eyes, he can't do that.
and even Akampana is discouraging Ravana that he cannot kill Rama.
So that's not right. It is like delusion is this kind only. When you can't see the reality, he is advising Rama to attack indirectly, and which leads to destruction directly. So here Maricha is giving good advice to Ravana, right? And then, and never take hasty decisions. What is that? Immediately he wanted to go and attack Ravana. This is what Khara has done. When Surpanaka told, immediately he went with his all army, 14,000 soldiers. What happened? Only destruction. Yes.
Ma'am, think and do.
Hmm.
Karan Ravana have not thought even a second also, ma'am.
Correct. That is what is Asuri Pravritti means. It comes in us also. Sometimes immediately we want to react. If you wait, if you think, if you contemplate, then we will understand. But sometimes we are spontaneous, right? At that time we have to understand this is Asuri Pravritti. This is Rakshasa way of thinking, Rakshasa way of acting. Always.
I have a doubt, ma'am.
Hmm.
Why did Rama left Marichi and why did he kill Subahu and Radhika?
No, it is not intentional. Actually, when he hit with Manavastra, Maricha fell maybe 8 miles, if I am not wrong, away from Rama. It is not his intention that he has to kill.
And luckily he ran away.
And Maricha had a great role to play in future. Maybe that's why he left. And now, after that, no, Maricha, did he change? He realized, even though he is an Asura, in future shlokas, Valmiki ji explains Maricha Mahatmana. He became a Mahatma. See, he experiences that also. Whatever he is seeing, wherever he is going, he sees Rama everywhere. So that is why out of fear he starts doing tapasya. He will be sitting in the hermitage only. He was not moving around. If somebody says Ra, he is scared that it is Rama. So that was the effect. So Ramji made him a good person, right? Ramji's Manavastra made Maricha Mahatmana. So if you are hit by an elevated soul also, you will realize, you will become a realized person. From this we can understand. Okay. Children, just think on this. In the next episode, again we will see Ravana, Surpanaka, the conversation between them. Then we will discuss more. Okay.